What happens to your soul when you learn to love her like Jesus taught? Gentlemen, before we dive in, take a moment. Like this video, share it with someone you care about, subscribe and comment below with your thoughts about love, faith and intimacy. Today, we are going to explore something that goes far beyond the physical act of love, something that touches the soul of a woman and transforms your own soul as a man. Have you ever noticed your partner sighing quietly at night, turning away and you thought everything was fine? Many men believe that giving everything physically is enough, but the truth is her satisfaction isn't just physical, it's emotional, spiritual and sacred. And here, the key, Jesus taught us that love is about patience, sacrifice and presence. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. John 15:13. That principle applies to your marriage, to your intimacy. Every touch, every word, every gesture can either build walls or open the path to her soul. 0-10 minutes, creating a sacred space. Before touching her, create a space that mirrors the peace and presence of Jesus. Light a candle, play soft music, or sit in quiet prayer together. Studies show that stress and tension activate the amygdala, shutting down the brain's pleasure centers. If her body feels unsafe or anxious, nothing you do physically will reach her deeply. Start with words, speak softly. Let her know she is seen, honored, and loved. Your voice can act like prayer in action. I am here, I respect you, I love you completely. Let your presence communicate what your hands will later confirm. During this stage, your touch isn't about climax or technique. Place your hand gently on her arm, shoulder, or back. Each touch is a sacrament of trust and respect, a way of saying, I sacrifice my haste for your comfort, I love you fully. Jesus' love was attentive and sacrificial. Your touch can reflect that same principle. 10-20 minutes, awakening her body and soul. Once she feels safe, your touch begins, but it's slow, deliberate, and full of presence. Neuroscience shows that slow, gentle touch stimulates C-tactile fibers, triggering oxytocin release, trust, and emotional bonding. This is why rushing or rough movements often fail. True love grows in the slow moments, not the hurried ones. Spiritually, your hands become vessels of divine love. Imagine each stroke as a prayer. Every gentle caress tells her, I honor you, I respect you, I am patient with you. This is not about technique. It's about opening a sacred channel between your souls. Her body will respond subtly. A breath, a shiver, lips parting. These are signals that her defenses are lowering and her soul is beginning to trust. Spiritually, this mirrors surrender to God. She is opening her heart and you are invited to meet her there. This is intimacy as God intended, body, mind, and spirit united in love. 20-40 minutes, finding the sacred center. Now we come to the place that most men never find, the anterior fornix, right before the cervix. Medically, it's connected to the deeper nervous system, not just surface nerves. When stimulated gently and correctly, her entire body resonates, releasing emotional tension built over years. But the spiritual aspect is even more profound. When you approach her with gentleness, patience, and reverence, you are honoring her soul, not just her body. You are practicing the same love Jesus showed, sacrificial, attentive, and tender. Here's how. Apply gentle, deliberate pressure rather than speed or force. Press for 5 seconds, release for 5 seconds, and repeat. Follow her lead, her subtle movements guide you. Every press, every pause is a dialogue between souls. You are not dominating, you are unlocking a sacred door. Many men in their 50s or 60s have discovered that after decades of routine, approaching intimacy like this allowed their wives to express sounds and movements they hadn't in decades. One man described it as hearing her soul speak, not just her body. 40-60 minutes, following her rhythm. Once she begins responding, stop trying to lead everything. Let her guide the motion. At first, it's subtle, a tilt of the pelvis, a quiet shift. Then it grows into a rhythmic motion that mirrors her internal release. Science calls this interpersonal synchrony, where two nervous systems align through touch. Spiritually, it is holy alignment. This is a reflection of the divine harmony Jesus teaches us. Love is about mutual surrender, attentiveness, and reverence. Your role is to maintain steady presence, patience, and attentiveness. Let her surrender fully, without fear, without judgment. This is the moment where walls crumble, defenses fall, and her soul opens completely. When this happens, the release is not just physical, it is spiritual, a full-hearted surrender that leaves both of you profoundly connected. 60-90 minutes, deep soul connection. As her body begins to respond fully, you notice subtle shifts. Breathing deepens, her pelvis moves in rhythm, her lips part, and her voice may express sounds of release and trust. Neuroscientifically, this aligns the parasympathetic nervous system, helping both of you enter a state of calm, pleasure, and connection. Spiritually, this is sacred. You are not just touching her, you are co-creating a space of vulnerability, trust, and divine love. Every motion reflects Jesus, love, patient, sacrificial, and attentive. The surrender of her body becomes a surrender of her heart, a gift that cannot be measured. Many men report that at this stage their connection feels eternal. Some describe it as hearing her soul speak, a kind of spiritual communion where two hearts resonate in perfect alignment. This is what the Bible teaches. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them. Matthew 18:20. In intimacy, you and your partner can experience a reflection of God's presence, a moment where love transcends the physical.